Mm. Mm, mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Yes. Yes. Mm, 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 mm. Hey, what's up, Lisa? How you doing? I'm ready to wrap up this story tonight. On to the next story. Not bad. Not too shabby. We're almost at the end of November, eh? So I'm gonna be Santa Claus for the rest of the month. Santa Claus. I think even reading these stories, I might be Santa Claus. Why not? Get into the mood, you know? Why not? Why not? Okay, I'm gonna wait. Ready for my. I got a couple more minutes, and then I'll start it. I do try to come here earlier, but for some freaking reason, the time flies so fast. Like I get up like I don't know 5 p.m. or whatever. Silly and I like we had a pretty big Apex session off stream. Well, on stream I did Apex, and then off stream, so I slept till 5, and then uh, so I don't know. So like a recap of everything. I think so. These guys have Keith, they have Caroline, and they have Joshua. The boss is her dad, and Gustav or Stefan. I think Gustav, whatever, man. It's the same. I was thinking Gustav. Stefan, I think he's still alive from my understanding. Michael and Cody just came by, so they're the backup. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish off this story, and then I most likely will like pretty much come back after this, and do Mini World. I haven't done Mini World in a couple days or whatever, so I think. So yeah. All right, let's start. Gustav. Oh, exactly. I just mixed up the bad guy. All right, here we go. Chapter 46. What took you guys so long? Tom asked Michael. Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like we had to take out most of the guards outside or anything, while you had to deal with 3 guys. Excuse me, he says sarcastically. Not now, guy, I tell them. We don't have much time. I'm gonna go get them. Michael, you need to go get the car ready, and Tom and Cody need to take out anyone that's standing in our way, I say. Yes, ma'am, Tom says, and grabs his gun from his back of his jeans. I run upstairs and go into one of the rooms, and I see Joshua. Josh! I smile and run up to him. He's beaten up a little, and they tied up his arms and ankles together. Hold on. I take the duct tape. It says duct tape. Duct tape off his mouth. What are you doing here? He says in shock. Oh yeah, you weren't there when I revealed my true self. Oh well, we will talk about it when we get home, I say, and take a knife out of my back pocket and cut off the duct tape. Thanks, he smiles. No problem. As soon as I open the door, I close it instantly when I see a guy in the hallway. Okay, Joshua, I need you to do me a favor. I'm going to take care of this guy, I start saying. How are you going to do that? He asks, confused. No interruptions, I tell him. I need you to go into that room across from us, and there's a girl in there. I hand him my knife. We need her. Okay, he nods. Be careful with her. She's probably in shock, I say. I take a deep breath and open the door. Joshua runs to the room quickly. Hey, looking for me? I yell at the guy. Samantha? He says, confused. Hey, Bruce, what's up, man? I laugh, recognizing him. Nothing much, just working, he shrugs. Yeah, I hear you, I nod. So this isn't personal, he tells me. Ditto. He comes at me and knocks the air out of me. I quickly grab his arm and flip him over. So how's your mom? I say in between punches. Oh, she's good, thanks for asking, he says, as he punches me in the stomach. I kick him, making him fall to the ground. He then kicks my legs from underneath me, making me fall next to him. You've gotten better, I say out of breath. Thanks, I forgot how good you were, he says, also out of breath. So listen, I really don't want to have to, kill you. I mean, your mom would be really pissed at me. So can we make it like a deal or something? I say, trying a truce. Yeah, it sounds good to me, he agrees. So I'm going to knock you out, and then I'm going to go, I say, getting up. You know your father's not going to stop until he has you, he says, warning me. I know, I say sadly. Okay, try not to mess up my pretty face, he smirks. I quickly kick him in the face, knocking him out. Well, this was fun, I say to his unconscious body. Oh my god. So she recognizes the guy in the hallway. He recognizes her. It's like something like long time no see, long time no see. And we're gonna like beat each other up, but there's like no hard feelings, right? Yeah, no, we're cool. All right. And then as they're fighting, they're like talking. How's the family? Yeah, it's good. What the heck? Ah, ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. Okay, so I can see part of this story having humor in it, but I mean, it's definitely not. It definitely wouldn't be considered like a funny story by any stretch of the means. Wait, I can't go to chapter 47. What the frick? Hold on, let me click something different. What the frick? I can't click on chapter 47 or 48 or 49. What the frick? Wait, why can I not? Hold on. I have to refresh the... What the heck? Hold on. Wait, the website's not loading. What the heck? Oh my god, the website's down. Oh my god. No, the website is down. Oh my god. If you go, can you guys try to go to this website and see if it's down for you or no? That's not the chapter we're on, but that's just the chapter I pressed the... What the heck? No, that sucks. I'm just... No, this is not funny at all. This is not even... Oh no. Frank. But yeah, you guys, if you guys can try it and see if it's... I was like, wait a second, why can't I click on chapter 47? What the actual frick? What the heck? My Discord is not even working. If you go on Discord, oh, now it's working. Discord is now working. So that's good. Let's see if this is working. Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Now we're good. Yeah, we're back now. We're back. We're back. What the heck? Okay, we're back. Friggin' heck. Chapter 47. You can come out, Josh, I say, but don't hear anything. I open the door to see Joshua's head bleeding and Caroline holding a lamp while standing on the bed, ready to hit him again. Yeah, take that, she says to him. Caroline, I can't help but laugh. Samantha, she smiles and runs over towards me, hugging me. I never thought I'd see you again. What are you doing here? I came to get you, I tell her, trying to hold back happy tears. By yourself? No, I got some backup, but we need to hurry. Is he with you? She whispers to me about Joshua. Yeah, I snicker. Oh, sorry, she smiles weakly at him. It's okay, he laughs. Let's go, I tell them. Oh, and you can leave the lamp, I tell Caroline. Oh, right. She tosses it on the bed. Stay behind me, I whisper. Are you a spy? Caroline whispers. Not exactly, I laugh. We make it downstairs to where Tom and Cody are. Joshua runs up and hugs Tom. I can see Tom trying not to get too emotional, but I can see he's relieved that Joshua's okay. You okay? Tom asks Josh. Yeah, he nods. Tom looks at the fresh cut on his forehead. Oh, that was her. Joshua points at Caroline. Sorry again, she apologizes. Cody, take Joshua and Caroline to the car, Tom tells him. I see Caroline look at me in panic, not wanting to leave my side. I'll be right there, I promise her. Joshua grabs Caroline's hand and tugs her outside. You find anything useful? I ask him. Not really, Tom asks. Tom shakes his head. I look over to my right and see a camera in the corner. I know this is childish, but I climb on top of the couch and flip off the camera before breaking it. Okay, come on, Tom laughs. Okay, chapter 48. Chapter 48. Okay, you do realize we need a new place to stay because everyone knows where we live, Cody says out loud. Okay, go get Macy, I tell Michael, and tell him to meet me at this address. Got it, he nods. We all meet up at the address. Who lives here? Tom asks me. An old friend. I say that loosely. You guys stay here just in case, I tell them. I walk up to the door and knock on it and wait. Finally, Kate opens the door. Samantha? She says in shock. Yeah, been getting that a lot today. I laugh nervously. What are you doing here? I know I'm the last person she ever expected to see at her front door. Well, I'm in trouble and I just need a place to crash, I say, pleading. I don't know. She sighs, probably not wanting to get involved. Come on, you owe me, I beg. For what? She folds her arms and raises an eyebrow. Well, remember that time I gave you a piece of gum? She rolls her eyes. Come on in. Actually, I'm not alone. I point to the car. Have you started your own gang? She asks me. Basically, I shrug. Tell him to come on too, I guess. She shakes her head and walks in the house. I wave at them to come on. You sure it's okay? Tom asks me as he walks up beside me. She's acting grumpy, but she's a big softie, I laugh. And we can trust her? He asks. Who knows? I shrug. That's good to know. He runs a hand through his hair. We all walk in her place. You guys can't stay long, just a heads up, Kate tells us. I've missed you too, I smirk. I known Kate a long time. She grew up like me, but at least I know how to have fun. Okay, can someone tell me what's going on? 'Cause I have a lot of questions, Caroline says, a little freaked out. Yeah, I sigh. Let's sit. Everyone sits on the couch. Okay, what do you know? I ask Caroline. Well, I know that you pretended to be me to protect me, she says. Okay, I'm going to tell you something now. Don't freak out, okay? I say slowly. Okay, she nods. Before I came to live with you guys, my father was the head of the Mafia. What? Why didn't you tell me? She says, shocked. I didn't want to freak you out. I mean, your dad knew, and he didn't want you guys to know either. You should have told me, she says, a little hurt. I'm sorry. I'm really confused, Joshua says, trying to keep up. Oh yeah, you weren't here for Hannah Montana moment, Michael chuckles. I flip Michael off and turn to Joshua. I'm not Caroline. That's Caroline. I point to Caroline. My name's Samantha. So we kidnapped the wrong girl? He says. So you let us believe you were her so you could protect her? He says, trying to make sense of all this. Exactly. I smile. Also, she killed like 20 dudes since we found out who she was. Michael smirks. You've killed people? Caroline whispers. Yes, I try calming her down, but they were bad people. Oh, she nods. Hey, let's give them a minute, Tom tells the guys, and they walk into the kitchen. I'm sorry this has happened. It's all my fault, I say all of a sudden. No, it's not. Don't say that, she shakes her head. All this time you've been protecting me. I mean, you pretended to be me so they wouldn't kidnap me and then came and saved me, she says through tears. Of course, you're my best friend, I cry. You're my best friend, she starts crying and hugs me. I see Cody come back in the living room and stop once he sees us. Oh, sorry. Go back to crying and hugging and stuff. Do you guys need tissues or candy or, he says, fumbling to say the right thing. Get in here, Tom yells at him. Wait a second, Caroline says, pulling away. Can we trust them? They did kidnap you. Yeah, we can. They're surprisingly good guys, I laugh. Chapter 49. My best friend. Oh my god. Chapter 49. Okay, I don't have a lot of rooms because this isn't a hotel, Kate reminds us again. Tom and Josh, you take that room, and Michael and Cody take the living room, I say. Us girls will take mine, Kate sighs. Slumber party, Caroline giggles. We should get some rest. We all had a long day, I tell everyone. I see Tom stitching up Joshua's forehead. I'm really sorry about that, Caroline winces. It's okay, really. Joshua tries to force a smile. At least we know you could defend yourself somewhat, I nudge Caroline. Yeah, just give me a lamp, she smiles, impressed with her own self. Do you need me to stitch you up? Tom asks me. No, I'm okay. I'm just gonna go take a shower and rinse mine and everyone else's blood off my body, I tell him. I'll be in that room if you need anything, he says. Okay, I smile. I go take a quick shower and go into Kate's room. Her, Macy, and Caroline are all on the bed like they're waiting for me. Finally, you're done, Kate sighs. How long do I have to stay here? Macy asks me. Well, I talked about it with Tom, and we think you can go soon. But I would probably lay low for a while, I tell her. Okay, she nods. What about us? Caroline asks me. We need to rescue your dad somehow. I sigh and flop on the bed. You'll figure something out. You always do, Caroline says, trying to cheer me up. You know, I have no idea what your life was before you came to live with us, Caroline says. Well, my father, he was a tough man, didn't like to be disappointed, and my mom died when I was really young, so I've never had a woman influence my life. I was raised around men, and instead of playing with dolls, I played with guns. I sigh. I had a boyfriend. I saw him today. Actually, I didn't love him or anything. We were mostly together because that's what my father wanted. Because I knew Stefan didn't love me, and I knew he felt the same. He's really hot, though. I giggle. And I just did whatever my father wanted. If he wanted me to go undercover, I would do that. If he wanted me to hurt or even kill someone, I would do it. No questions asked. I closed my eyes tight. What made you leave all that? Macy asked me. When I realized I was basically my father, the one person I hated, and I knew I had to get out and see if there was any life outside of the Mafia. That next week, I met your father, Caroline. He was in a lot of pain. Your mother had just died, and it was like no one could see that this man was broken. But me, that's the first thing I noticed. I asked him if he was all right, and I could tell it took him everything in his power to say yes. But I knew he was lying. He came to a couple more events that I was working at, and he made me feel like I was his daughter in a way, and he knew who my father was, and I know he can tell how miserable I was, and one day he asked me if I wanted to live with him. I didn't know any of that. Caroline shakes her head. I knew I wouldn't be able to leave my father. He wouldn't let me. So your dad had been wanting to put my father away for a long time, and it was the last straw. So I helped him in any way I could to put my father away, and we actually did. I smile sadly. I remember the day Dad brought you home, and I was so excited that I would have someone close to my age to talk to. Caroline smiles. I was actually really nervous to meet you and Jeffrey. I never was around younger and normal people, so it was weird at first. I laugh. I'm really glad that you found us, Caroline tells me. Me too. You were planning on living with them forever? Macy asked, curious. Well, I wanted to give it a year or two, depending on some things, I shrug. You do realize I'm never letting you out of my sight again, Caroline smirks. Okay, can we go to bed now? Kate sighs. So cranky, I smirk and throw a pillow at her face. She looks shocked that I did that. Oh, you are so dead, she says, and she reaches for a pillow. Oh, crap! I squeak and run for my life. Okay, so did you guys just pick up on that last part? So Samantha throws a pillow at Kate's face because Kate is cranky, and then Kate picks up a pillow, and after all Samantha has done, she's killed like 6 people and she's done a whole bunch of other stuff, and she ran for her life because Kate picked up a pillow? What am I missing? What the hell am I missing? Is a pillow does a pillow mean different something different? I can't explain it, Nova. Essentially, they freed Joshua, Caroline. Yeah. So right now, the only person that's like still kidnapped is the father of Caroline. So it's Keith. That's like the gist of it. But they got Joshua and Caroline. I don't know. I just thought it's funny that she's afraid of a pillow, but she's able to kill like a, I don't know. Chapter 50. Move! Kate mumbles in her sleep to Macy. By the way, when I say Macy, which is her name, I don't know how many times after that this author spelt it Mary. It started as Macy, I promise you, but I can't tell you how many times. Like right now, it says Mary, but I know that, so I say Macy. Friggin' heck. I can't. Then I'll knock Samantha off the bed, she mumbles back. So? Kate says. Wow, rude. I say half asleep. Morning, girls. Michael busts through the door, scaring me and Macy off the bed. See, here it says Macy. Friggin' heck. Ow! I say as soon as Macy lands on top of me. We all glare at Michael, who looks scared to death that we are going to come after him. Anyways, just want to let you know there's breakfast, he says quickly and shuts the door. If he wasn't so cute, Macy mumbles. Cute my ass, I say as I stand up. We all walk into the kitchen. Oh, you're so sweet, Cody. Thanks for breakfast, I say as I grab his cheeks. Which cheeks is it she grabs? Yeah, he blushes as he finishes cooking. So you live with all these guys this whole time? Caroline says to me. Yeah, they cook for me and went shopping for me and were shirtless half the time. I smile up at them. Maybe I should have just got kidnapped then, Caroline smirks. It was basically a vacation, I shrug. You do realize we are dangerous criminals, Tom glares at me. I know, Pumpkin. I love to annoy him. Caroline pulls me to the side. So are you and him? She smirks. What? No, I scoff, but I know she'll be able to see through it. He's pretty hot, she says, basically drooling. I guess if you're into that badass model six-pack flawless thing, I shrug. You like him, she squeals. I mean, he's nice. I don't know what to say. He's nice? She says, confused. Well, he has his moments, I laugh. Has he asked you out? Well, we kind of have a date sort of planned after this is all over, I smile. No way, she jumps up and down. You guys would make such a good couple. I mean, you're both gorgeous, and you can kill people together. The perfect match. Would like some would like. Would you like some pancakes, Caroline? Joshua smiles at her. Yes, please, she smiles back. I watch as Joshua pulls out a chair for Caroline. You know you never did that for me, I smirk. Oh, sorry, he starts blushing and pulls out my chair. Now cut up my food, I tell him. So you guys got a plan? Kate asks us. We should probably do that, I say in between bites. Alright? If you guys want to follow along, this is where we're at right now. Chapter 51. She's bossy today. Yeah, she's got something going on today. She's got something going on today. All right. So this guy that's doing all this is your father? Caroline asked me, trying to understand. Yep, I sigh. Is he as scary as everyone says he is? Cody asked me. Scarier, I tell him. And he is always a step ahead and has a backup plan and a backup for his backup plan. So we know that he wants this city for himself, Tom says. He always has a lot of people supporting him, Michael adds. But he does have a weakness, Tom points out. He does? I say confused. You, Tom says to me. Me? I look at him like he's crazy. Yes, you. No, sorry. Yes, you know your father better than anyone. You know how he thinks, he says. That is true. It's not going to be easy to take a man like him down, I tell them. I look at Caroline and I know she's worried about her father. Keith has been there for me since the day I've met him. I have to help him. Okay, but you guys do realize how dangerous this is, I remind them. We are in the Mafia, Tom reminds me again. I know, I know. I put my hands up in defeat. Okay, Macy, is there any kind of events coming up? I ask her. Actually, yes, tomorrow night, she says, remembering. Figures my father does love to throw a party. Okay, that's our chance, so we need to make sure we are all ready by then, I tell everyone. I'll get all the information for you, Macy says, in a way that she's excited to contribute. We need to make sure we have as many weapons as possible, along with fake IDs and clothes for tomorrow, Tom tells the guys. I'll get the clothes, Joshua says. I'll do the IDs, Michael says. I'm weapons, Cody says. Okay, we need to get started like right now, I say, standing up. Thank you, X. I appreciate it, dude. Chapter 52. A part of me just wants to leave without telling anyone. Just let them handle this because that's what I've always done, so I can live another day. That's what my father taught me. He always said, I need to play it smart, and if the chances of success are low, then don't do it. The old me would have done that, but I know I couldn't look myself in the mirror if I left, and left Keith with my father. I hate that I got soft, because I'm not used to feeling like this, having emotions and caring about someone besides myself. I even care about the guys who kidnapped me. I don't want them to get hurt either. You okay? Tom walks over to me and puts a hand on my back. Yeah, I gave him a fake smile. What's wrong? He asked me again, and giving me a look that reads he knows I'm faking a smile. This is basically a suicide mission, I sigh. So is getting Caroline and Joshua, he reminds me. He's right. But I didn't know my father was involved. I've seen you in action. You're clever, and you can take down any man twice your size. He gives me a small smile. You need to face him, he says, like he knows that's what I've been dreading. I don't think I can, I whisper. You can, he says gently. I just feel like this hero business, saving people and protecting them is not for me. I kind of joke. Join the club, he smirks. You're not a bad guy, just a grumpy one, I smirk back. Thanks, he smiles a little. Can you guys stop flirting? Michael says, walking past us and stuffing his face with chips. Don't be jealous, I wink. There's a problem. Macy walks in the living room. What? Tom asks her. We need someone to get you into the party. I can't anymore since they probably know I'm working with you guys, she says. I look at Kate and she looks back at me. Call him, she sighs. I don't have his number, so I have to call her first, I mumble. Hey, can I borrow your phone? I ask Tom. Here, he hands me his phone. I dial the number and wait for her to answer. Hi, I say as she answers. Who is this? She answers confused. It's me, Samantha, I say. Oh, yes, I remember you, Dave's pretty friend, she says. Who are you talking to? Cody whispers. Dave's mother, I tell him. Yes, the reason I'm calling is because I got a new phone, and I lost Dave's phone number, I tell her. Oh, dear, let me give it to you. Thank you so much, I say. You need to come over for dinner again, she tells me. I would love to. I'll talk to Dave about it. Is he dating that girl still? She says this is why I was dreading calling this woman, because she can talk. I'm not really sure, I tell her. I tried asking him, but Davy, she mutters. Yes, I know. Can I have that phone number now? I ask politely. Yes, dear. He usually is home about 6, so if you can't get in touch with him, I'll let him know you called, she says. Thanks, I say, really wanting to get off this phone. After eternity, I'm off the phone with that woman. She can talk. I sigh. Trust me. I know. Kate rolls her eyes. Chapter 53. So for anyone's like that's lost, she wanted to get in touch with this guy named Dave. We still don't know who Dave is. That was Dave's mom, and yeah, I don't know. Maybe so Dave. So they're trying to get into the party, and Macy's saying she can't do it because they probably know that she's working with them. So they said, "Hey, what's up, Larkin?" Um, so supposedly Dave, I guess, can get them in or something. That's why they're trying to contact this dude. Chapter 53. I call Dave, hoping he will answer. Hello? He answers right away. Davey! I greet him. Oh, God. He sighs. How did you get my number? Your mother. I smirk. I didn't know you were still living with her. It's temporary. He huffs. Sure, sure. I laugh. Is there a reason you're calling me? He asks. Yes, I need a favor. He starts laughing. You're joking, right? I already did you a favor. I let you go, remember? Well, technically I would have got away anyways, but I didn't want to hurt you and upset your mother. He sighs. What do you want? He gives in. There's a party tomorrow. There is a party tomorrow, I start saying. No way, he cuts me off. Why not? I pout. Because your father will be there, and you know how hard it will be to get you in, he tells me. But I know you're good enough to get us in. I sweet talk him. Don't sweet talk me. I know I'm good, but I'm not that good. Please, I beg. And when he doesn't say anything, I turn away from everyone and whisper into the phone, I'll bring you know who. That gets his attention. How? I'm really good. I smirk, knowing he'll definitely help now. Fine, he gives in. Thank you so much, and oh, after this I'm supposed to have dinner at yours and your mother's house, I tell him. Whatever, he mutters. You're the best, I say and hang up. Okay, he's helping, I tell everyone. Really? Kate looks at me with shock. How did you get him to help? Oh, I look away from her. Just sweet talked him. I clear my throat. I got you girl dresses, Macy tells us. Yay! Caroline smiles like this is going to be fun. You're not coming, I tell her. What? Her jaw drops. It's too dangerous. I can handle myself, she says, putting her hands on her hips. Hitting Joshua with the lamp doesn't count, I say. These men are dangerous. They have my dad, Sam, she says, tearing up. Yeah, but your dad would kill me if I let anything happen to you, I plead with her. I'm not just going to sit here while you guys risk your lives, she says. I'll watch her while we are there, and I can teach her a couple of basic moves so she can defend herself. Joshua butts in. I glare at him while Caroline smiles. I don't know, I mutter. Just let him teach me some things, and then you'll see that I can handle myself somewhat, she says to me. Okay, I sigh because arguing with Caroline is no use. She's too stubborn. When did I become the responsible and reasonable one? I mumble to myself. Chapter 54. I honestly don't know what our exact plan is. I think we're just making this up as we go along. So why should I help? Kate asks me. You hate my father, I tell her, trying to get her to help us. Everyone does. She rolls her eyes. Come on, you and I both know you can't stand him and want him taken down just like us. I've never been on the good side before, she smirks. Yeah, it's a little weird at first, but it's pretty cool, I guess. I shrug. Fine, I'll help, she sighs. Okay, I got our IDs made, Michael tells us. Sam, Tom calls me over. I walk over to him. Yeah? Okay, pick your weapons, he tells me. You definitely know how to win a girl's heart. I smirk and look at all the weapons as if I'm a kid in a candy store. I pick out 2 guns and a knife, since I'd rather do hand-to-hand combat. But sometimes they cheat and pull out a gun. Did Joshua get you guys some tuxes? I asked Tom. Yes, he nods. You do look good in a tux, I have to admit. I smirk at him. Are you flirting with me? He smirks back. Okay, I'm standing right here, Michael says to the both of us. I'm aware, I say as I look at Tom. And I can pull off a tux too, he mumbles as he types something in the computer. I'm sure you can, sweetie. I pat his head. Make sure Macy sees you in it before she leaves, I whisper to him. That's a good idea, he smiles. Macy was able to get us girls some dresses. We're all set for tomorrow? Tom asks everyone. We all nod. Man, I can't read today. Okay, rest up, he says. I still don't want you coming tomorrow, I tell Caroline. Listen, I might not be as tough as you, but I can do this, she says, determined. Okay, but you do everything I say. Got it? I say, giving in. Of course, she nods. Hopefully this will be all over soon, I say to myself. So Joshua has been teaching me some ways to defend myself. She beams with excitement. Oh yeah? I can't help but smirk. Well, I know you can't take down someone with a lamp. I still feel really bad about that, she winces. But I thought he was one of them. And so I tried to think, what would Samantha do? Beat someone with a lamp? I probably would. I laugh. All right. Bro, this got soda spill. What the heck? Mop up an aisle 3. Mop up an aisle 3. So now they're gearing up for the big fight. So the question we had last time, we were all wondering. I think Nova brought this up, but I didn't even think about it. I don't know why. Will Samantha stand up to her father and actually be the one to kill him? It seems like that's where it's going. I think it seems that's where it's going. It seems like the writer is wanting us to believe that it's this big monster, right? And it's so powerful, and how can you overcome it? So for the longest time, he's had a 2 steps ahead of her, 2 steps ahead of everyone, I guess, and got a grip on her and all this stuff. The only way to move past this is for her to take out her dad. So I do believe that's what will happen. I do agree. It makes sense. Today is the day. My last chance to leave and never look back. I'm sure that's exactly what my father wants me to do. He likes knowing I'm scared of him. But I want him to see my face before he goes back into his little cell and becomes someone's little bitch. I'm finally going to be free of him for once and for all. I know what you're thinking, Kate says, coming up behind me, making me jump. And what's that? I say, taking away any emotion from my face. You wondering if you should just leave? She says, like it's obvious. Honestly, that'd be a smart move. You and me both know I don't play it smart, I say. Have you thought about what happens after this is all over? She asks me and folds her arms. Do you really expect to have a white picket fence kind of life? No, I shake my head. But I'm tired of running and having my father control me, and I want him to run and be scared for a change, I say, getting worked up. I see Kate smirk. There she is. A part of me wants to go back to how it was when I started living with Keith and Caroline, and just be normal. That's not who I am. I do actually enjoy being in charge and back in the game, I say, being honest. People like us, we can't do normal. It's not in us, she shrugs. I don't know what is going to happen after this is over. I'm just trying to get through the next hour and stay alive, I sigh. I understand, she nods. We walk out of Kate's bedroom and into the living room. I'm already dressed in a simple, low-cut black dress. As soon as I walk out, Michael whistles at me, and Cody gives me a wink. Shut up! I playfully roll my eyes. I walk over to Tom and tap him on the back of his shoulder as he turns towards me. I notice his jaw drop a little and his eyes widen a little. You like? I smirk. He clears his throat. More than like, he smirks. I look over and notice Joshua can't take his eyes off Caroline. Caroline, you look amazing, I say to her. Thank you, she smiles at me. Don't you think so, Joshua? I smirk at him. Yes, you look beautiful, he says, blushing. Okay, good luck, guys, Macy says to us, getting ready to leave. I nudge Michael, hinting for him to go to talk to her. I'm going, he mumbles to me and walks over. It was nice to meet you, Michael, says to Macy. It was nice meeting all you guys, and thanks again, Macy says, smiling at him. Maybe after all this, and I don't die, maybe I can come check on you, he says, stuttering. Yeah, I would really like that, she says, putting a piece of hair behind her ear. And maybe we could, he says, stopping, looking a loss for words. Do I have to do everything? I mutter and walk over to him. He would like to take you to dinner, I say to Macy for Michael. Really? She smiles at me. She smiles at him. Yeah, he smiles back. Okay, my job's done. I smile and walk away. So, Samantha just linked up Mike with Macy. Yay! But yeah, so you said then is she going to take over? Yeah, from that last chapter, I don't know. It's like indeterminate, but so it's either going to be him put back in prison or he dies. He can't like live. I don't think he's gonna like escape from this. I don't know. I think she seems sus. I think she should kill him. I think it makes sense. Chapter 56. I think we went over the plan 1,000 times on the way over to the party. Are you sure you don't want to stay in the car? I try again with Caroline. Sam. She gives me a look that says, if you ask me one more time, I'm going to hurt you. Okay. I put my hands up in surrender. We stop around the corner and let out Michael, Cody, and Kate. Watch your backs, Tom tells them. We will, Cody nods. I wonder if they're going to have food at these things. I hear Michael say to Cody as they shut the car door. As we approach the mansion, I feel someone grab my hand, which startles me. I look down to see it's Tom. He gives me a small smile and gives my hand a little squeeze. And if Joshua and Caroline weren't in the car, this would be that moment where I kiss him. We need to put our masquerade masks on, Caroline reminds us. Here, I'll help you, Joshua tells Caroline, and helps ties it. Here, Tom says, and grabs my mask and ties it for me. Thank you, I smile at him. Ready? Tom asks us. Someone opens the door for us. I look at Caroline and give her a small smile, and pray that nothing happens to her. Tom helps me out of the car, and Joshua and Caroline follow behind us. We walk up to a guy with a clipboard. Names? He says in a bored tone. William and Elizabeth Watson, Tom tells the guy. I watch as the guy looks for my name, and I try my best not to act worried and hope Dave came through for us. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Watson, you may go in, he tells us. Come on, honey, I tell Tom. The guards open the door for us, and we walk in. This place is filled with the richest and most powerful people in the city. I look around me, and I don't recognize anyone, which I hope is a good thing. But I don't see my father anywhere, so that makes me wonder what he's up to. We need to find Dave, I whisper to Tom. Let's split up, he tells me. He goes towards the left, and I go towards the right. It's kind of hard to tell who's who, honestly, with everyone wearing masks. As I'm walking, I feel a pair of hands at my waist, and I'm pulled to the hallway. Don't freak out, I hear, and look to see Dave. You scared me. I smack his shoulder. Ow, he says, rubbing his shoulder. Is that how you thank a person? Hey, I brought Kate, didn't I? I smirk. I didn't think she would actually come. He smiles a little. I told you, I'm good. Now let's stay on track here. Where's my father? I ask him. He's upstairs in a meeting about what I wouldn't know, he tells me. How many guards? I ask him. I don't know. I haven't been allowed. Allowed. They spelled allowed differently. Allowed up there, but hopefully not too many, he says. Any cameras? I'm sure, he nods. Okay, anything else I need to know? Yes, there's two guards guarding the elevator door, so I don't know how you're going to go past them, he tells me. I'll think of something. I give him a smile. Thanks again. Anytime. He smiles back and walks away. I walk over to Tom. Okay, he's upstairs in a meeting, and I don't know how many guards there are up there, and there are some cameras, I tell him. Anything else? He asks me. Oh, and two guards are preventing us from going up the elevator. I sigh, a little frustrated. We need to think of something, he says, thinking. And no, we just can't knock them out in front of all these people. I smirk, knowing that's probably what he's thinking. You know me too well, he smirks back. I look over and see Joshua and Caroline in the corner. Okay, I think I may have come up with a plan, I tell Tom. Oh no, he mutters. Hush, I say and walk over to Joshua and Caroline. Hey, you ready to pitch in? I ask Caroline. Born ready, she says, getting excited. Easy there, Tiger. Okay, you see over there by the elevator, there's two guards. I say to them, I'm going to need you two to come up with something and distract them. How? She asked me. You went to that drama class once. You got this. I gave her a wink. I got this, she repeats. I walk back over to Tom. Be ready for the signal. What signal? He asked me, confused. You cheated on me with that whore. I hear Caroline screech and slap the crap out of Joshua. I think that's it. I laugh. I walk past Caroline, who is screaming at Joshua, and Joshua looks petrified. How could you? You told me you love me, she says, and throws a glass at Joshua, barely missing him. I notice the guards by the elevator try to calm down Caroline. Don't you tell me to calm down, she yells it in one of the guards' face. I give her a small smile as me and Tom slip inside the elevator and quickly close it before the guards turn around. Oh, that was the plan. So Caroline and Joshua faked getting into an argument for them to slip into the elevator. Right? Respect the hustle. Respect the hustle. I'm gonna take a little sippy sip. So now supposedly they're in the elevator. So now Joshua and Caroline, they're in the bottom by the guards. They're not up there with them. So they're out of the picture. Kate, I don't know where Kate is. I don't know where Kate is. I don't know where Dave is. Kate, Dave, who else was there? Cody or Michael? I don't know. I don't know where the rest of them are. So maybe it's not just Tom and maybe it's not just Tom and Samantha in the elevator. Maybe the rest of them. Maybe the only two people are on the bottom. Next thing you know, you never know. With this author, it's like, one chapter, everything can go crap. But yeah, I don't know if it's just like Tom and Samantha going up, or if like the rest of them have made it in there as well. And there's just the two, Caroline and Joshua, down there. I don't know. All right, chapter 57. We go up to the top floor and walk out of the elevator. We look around but don't see anything. I follow Tom and keep walking down the hall. We stop when we hear talking. I quickly grab Tom's arm and pull him into the supply closet. Okay, now what? He asks me. I don't know. I sigh and notice the voices are getting closer, and then the doorknob starts to wiggle. Crap! We say at the same time. I look at Tom and grab him by his jacket and kiss him hard, catching him by surprise. He tries to pull away, probably thinking this is a bad time for a makeout session. The door flies open and two guards are looking at us confused. You're not supposed to be up here, one of the guards tells us. I start giggling, which earns a look from all of them. It was so crowded down there. We just wanted some alone time, if you know what I mean. I giggle and look at Tom all flirty. Oh, one of the guards smirks at me. Well, I'm sorry, but you'll have to go downstairs. Okay, I slur and make myself fall down and giggle some more. Will you help me? She's had way too much to drink, Tom says, acting like he's about to help me. Just as the guards start leaning down to help me, Tom hits the first one on the head, knocking him out, and I kick the other one, making him fall on the ground. And then Tom punches him in the face, knocking him out as well. That was impressive. Tom compliments me as he helps me up. I know. I smile. I walk over to the guards and grab their ID scanners just in case and their guns. Let's go, I say, and walk out of the closet. We keep our heads down and start walking. I stop when I see a camera on the corner of the wall. Okay, I'm gonna need you to lift me up, I tell Tom. Can't we just knock the thing down, Tom says. No, because that will be basically telling them where we are, I let him know. Up you go, he says, picking me up. I quickly cut one of the wires to make the camera picture freeze. Okay, did it. Now put me down, I say. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying myself, he laughs. And that's when I notice he lifted me up by my butt. Later, I smirk, and he puts me down. As we pass the camera, we stop and we see a couple of guards to the next corner. Come on, I sigh frustrated. Guns? He asks me. Yeah, sounds good to me. I nod and get my gun out. We walk over them and quickly take out a few of them. One of the guys knocks the gun out of my hand. He punches me in the stomach, which takes me by surprise. You're so dead, I say, a little winded. I then punch him in the nose, breaking it, and grabs his arm and twisting it, breaking that as well. The next guy comes up behind me, grabbing me. I headbutt him, which hurts the both of us, and punch him until he goes unconscious. A little help would have been nice, I say, as I take out the last guy. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't like I didn't take out a majority of the guys, he says sarcastically. Okay, I took out way more than you, I tell him. Sure you did, sweetie, he says, as he grabs a gun off of one of the guys. I'm keeping count next time, I say as I grab a gun of one of the other guys. Spelled it wrong. As we walk to the end of the hall, where we see a door, and behind that door, I already know, is my father. We got this, Tom tells me. We scan our ID that we stole and watch the door open. No going back. She be having super strict, yeah. She got punched in the stomach, and then she's just like, it's like that triggered her. It didn't knock the wind out of her. It's just like nothing. She's just like, you know what? That hurt. You're dead. And then she goes like crazy. Ah, friggin' heck. Ah, jeez. All right. Chapter 58. So remember how I was saying that I'm not sure if everyone else got in the elevator with Tom and Samantha? They did not, from how it sounds like. So everyone else is all in the basement, like not basement, the lower floor, and it's just literally Tom and Samantha. Yeah, exactly, Nova. Okay, chapter 58. They were kidnapped? Who was? No. They were not kidnapped. They were at the party. So Joshua and Caroline, they faked a fight so that the two guards that's guarding the elevator would like get away from the elevator, so Tom and Samantha can go up the elevator. But that's what I'm saying. I don't know where Kate is. They're like at the party, but it makes no sense. Like, why would Kate? Like, Kate is with Dave, which Dave said he wanted Kate to show up. She did, but I don't understand why they're not like helping out. And I don't know where Cody is. I don't know where Michael is. They're the ones that was getting the IDs and all this stuff. Like, but why are they not there? Like, I don't understand. They're part of the Mafia. So why are they not there? I don't know. Whatever. Chapter 58. We walk in to what looks like someone's living room, not a meeting room or someone's office like I was expecting. Finally, you're here, I hear a man's voice say that makes me pale instantly and make me want to throw up from fear. I look over and I see my father sitting in a chair with a glass of whiskey in his hand. with a couple of guards surrounding him, she says his, and with Stefan at his right side. They all look like they've been patiently waiting for me to come through that door. Sorry, I'm late. Traffic was a bitch, I say, because when I'm nervous, I say stupid crap. Just like you, I hear Stefan mutter, which makes me glare at him. Why don't you just take that mask off so I can see your pretty face? My father says in a way that's more of an order. I take it off and sit on the table. You haven't changed a bit, but also look unrecognizable, he mutters as he takes a sip of his drink. You're the one that hasn't changed a bit. Still the sack of crap you've always been, I tell him, trying my best to show no fear on my face. He smiles like he loves it when I say stuff like that because I'm acting like him. Now, who's this? He gestures to Tom, even though he knows exactly who this is. Remember the guy you hired to kidnap Keith's daughter? Well, this idiot kidnapped her instead, and she got them wrapped up around her finger, Stefan says. Clever girl, my father smiles. Where's Keith? I ask him, tired of talking. Oh, he's not dead yet, if that's what you're wondering, my father says, annoyed that I asked. I honestly don't know why you even bother. You could have been out of the country by now instead of trying to save him and babysit his brat of a daughter, he says, almost curious like he doesn't understand. You want to know why I care? Because they are my family, unlike you, I spat. That's no way to talk to your father, he says, trying to remain calm. I've taken care of you, taught you how to defend yourself, and this is how you repay me by locking me up and going to the one man you know I've always hated? I did know that. He wanted to take Keith out, but then I took Keith's side and helped him put away my father. But I'm going to give you one more chance to earn my forgiveness, my father says all of a sudden. How? I ask, confused. Well, for starters, killing off Loverboy here. He points at Tom, and then Keith obviously. They are good men, I tell him. No one's good, he reminds me. What about Caroline and Jeffrey? I ask him. I'll let them live, I suppose, but only if you do what needs to be done, he says. Now be smart for once. I look at Tom, who's already looking at me. So that will earn your forgiveness? I ask him. Yes, that's a start at least, he nods. You can't be serious, Tom says, like he can't tell if I'm actually thinking about it or not. He's right, I can't win. Not against him, I say on the verge of tears. Help her, my father tells two of his guards. They come over and make Tom kneel to the ground. Sam, don't do this, Tom says to me, almost like he's on the verge of tears as well. I see him searching my face, trying to see if I'm serious or not. He's right. I need to be smart for once. I look at my father, who actually looks proud of me for once in his life. Sam, this isn't you, Tom pleads. You only just met her. You have no idea who she really is, Stefan says to Tom, enjoying this. He's right. You have no idea who I really am. What kind of person I am, I tell Tom. I know exactly who you are. We are the same. Please, Sammy, Tom says. I'm just doing exactly what you would do if you were in this situation, I say, and raise my gun. I'm sorry, I whisper and shoot. Bro. Bro. Oh my mama. Bro. 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 Chapter 59. I'm sorry, I whisper, and shoot the guy holding down Tom, and then the other guy holding him down. I see my father wasn't expecting that, which makes me smirk. All of a sudden, Cody comes around from the corner and shoots one of the guys standing next to my father. Stefan quickly grabs my father and they take off. I try to shoot at them, but miss. I thought you were really going to shoot me, Tom laughs, relieved as he punches a guy. I saw Cody come around the corner and I had to distract them, I say, as as I kick a guy, making him fall on the coffee table, breaking it. I honestly thought she was going to shoot you for a second myself, Cody says. Really? I say and roll my eyes. We got this taken care of. Tom tells me, but I know he's lying. But I can't let my father get away. I look at Tom one more time and take off towards the direction Stefan and my father went. This mansion is like a maze. As I come around corner, I feel a set of hands push me as hard as they can towards the wall, catching me off guard. Leaving your friends to die just to get me? My father? Tisk, tisk. Stefan punches in the face, making fall back to the ground. I look up at him and spit my blood at him. Such a lady, Stefan smirks down at me. You know I try to play nice. My father shakes his head at me. I look over and see Michael's body on the ground. No, 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 I mutter as tears fall down my cheek. I try to crawl to him to see if he still has a pulse, but Stefan kicks me in the stomach, preventing me from moving. I know he broke my rib from how hard it is to breathe. You did that to him, Samantha, my father yells at me. If it wasn't for you, I can't stop the tears, and I know that just makes my father angrier because I'm showing weakness, something he taught me to never show. You disgust me, he spats. My father looks at Stefan and nods. Stefan walks over to the closet in the room and pulls out Caroline, who looks like she's taken a hit or two. Don't touch her, I yell. I don't see Joshua anywhere, which makes me scared. You killed them all, Samantha, my father says, kneeling down and grabbing a full head of hair, making me look at him. Stop it, Caroline screams at him. My father laughs and shakes his head. What want do you think? What do you think we should do, Stefan? My father asked him. I think we should have a little more fun with Sam, and then kill Caroline in front of her, he smiles. You're a psychopath, Caroline tells Stefan. I know, he shrugs. Where's Keith? I ask my father again. He rolls his eyes and then points at a door behind us. There, is all he says. Think, Samantha, think. I keep telling myself. My father's still holding my hair, throws me against the wall, making me see stars for a second. Take me, don't hurt her, I try to say. It takes everything out of me to not pass out. We gave you the choice, and you chose yourself. And we were going to actually let her go if you took out our deal, Stefan says, shaking his head in disappointment. I see Caroline try to push Stefan away, so I quickly grab my gun that I had attached to my leg and pointed at my father. Let her go, or I shoot, I tell him. You don't have the balls, Stefan says. I quickly press the trigger a little so they can hear a click, knowing I mean business. I see Stefan let go of Caroline and step away. Put down the gun, Stefan says to me. I see my father almost look amused by the turn of events. Caroline, listen to me. You need to go, and don't you dare look back, I tell her. Not without you, she says, trying her best not to cry. I'll be right behind you, I lie. I see her trying to figure out what to do, but I give her a look pleading for her to go. She looks at me one more time and then walks out of one of the doors. We will find her, my father tells me. I know, I whisper sadly. Oh. Chapter 60. This and one more. So let's get a recap. A recap is Michael is down. I don't know if Michael's confirmed dead, but Michael is down. Joshua is not here because it was Joshua and Caroline that distracted the guards. So Joshua, we don't know. Caroline, I think, just slipped away. Was trying to stay, but Samantha said go, so she went away. So Caroline slipped away. Joshua, we don't know. Michael is down. We don't know, like, the end or whatever. On the bad guy side, so to speak, is Stefan and the father. They're the ones that are alive. Sam's alive. Tom's alive. Who else? Kate, I don't know. Kate, Dave, I don't know where they are. Cody, I don't know where he is. So, That's a recap of, yeah. Chapter 60. I watch as Caroline leaves, hoping she'll be able to get far away from here. So what are you going to do, Samantha? Kill me? My father asked me. You have no idea how much I'd love to pull this trigger, but no. I'm going to make sure you spend the rest of your pathetic life locked up behind bars, where you belong, I tell him. Is that any way to treat your father? He says, a little nervous. Don't worry, I'll come visit you, I smirk, and whack him across the head with the gun, knocking him out. You do realize you have to go through me, right? Stefan says. I haven't forgotten about you, minion, I say and turn to him. So, are you going to take me to jail too? He asks me. You're a pretty boy. You'll be okay, I smirk. Just as I start raising my gun, he knocks it out of my hand and pushes me against the wall. He puts each arm next to my face, preventing me from moving. You've always been a pain in the ass, you know that? He says to me. At least we have that in common, I say, looking him dead in the eyes, trying not to show fear. So beautiful, he mutters as he stares at me. Such a shame, he sighs and backs up and raises his arm to punch me. I quickly duck so he punches the wall, hopefully breaking his fist. I grab him by the waist and push him down, us both going through the glass coffee table. I have few pieces of glass stabbing my back. I slowly get up and raise my foot and stab him in the stomach with my heel. A little, he yells in pain. He grabs my foot and swings me to the side so he can get up. We stand there looking at one another, waiting for the other to make the first move. Stefan throws a punch, which I quickly block, and I do the same to him, but he easily blocks it on one-on-one. We know what the other one is going to do before they do it. That's what happens when you're raised by the same man who taught you everything. Give up, Sam. You know I'm stronger than you, he says to me. I have to think outside of the box so he won't expect it. I watch as he goes to raise his fist, so I quickly grab his fist, which he doesn't expect, and pushes him back enough so I can bend down and yank on the rug. He goes flying backwards, and he hits his head on the corner of the table. I look down at him and close my eyes, not wanting to see the blood pouring out of his skull. I'm sorry, I whisper, and I walk to the door Keith's in. I open the door and see nothing in this room but Keith tied up to a chair, beaten up. Keith! I say, relieved, and walk over to him. He lifts his head up. I take the tape off his mouth and then try to take the tape off his hands that are taped down on the arm's chair. Samantha, he tries to say. It's okay, we will be out of here in no time, I tell him. I notice Keith is looking behind me. I look to see it's my father holding a gun, pointing it at me. You stupid little girl, my father mutters. I stand up and block Keith. Don't do this, I say, but it's no use. Say hello to your mother for me, he says, and I hear a gunshot. I see my father look at me with shock, and he drops to the ground, and behind him with the gun raised up is Caroline. Caroline, I smile. Are you okay? She asks me worried. Put down the gun, I say, and as I go towards her, but stop when I feel a sharp pain in my stomach. Me and her look down to see blood coming out of me. No, 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 she says, rushing to me as I fall to the ground and catching me. I'm so sorry, I should have got here faster. You did good, I smile, and start to feel my eyes get heavy. Help! I hear Caroline yell as I black out. The last chapter. Oh, baby. So like I said, I don't even, at this point, I don't know if the father's dead. I assume he's dead, but I don't know. Caroline shot him. Caroline shot the father as the same time that the father was going to shoot the daughter, I think. And then supposedly Samantha blacked out. And we don't know after that. The last chapter in this story. Let's take a sippy sip and let's do this. Last chapter of Kidnapped by the Mafia on Purpose. I open my eyes, and I don't recognize anything around me. Where am I? The last thing I remember was in my father's mansion, and I think I got shot, but then nothing. I look down and I notice I'm wearing a hospital gown and I'm hooked up to an IV. I hear footsteps and I look up at the doorway and see Caroline. I can tell she didn't know I was awake from the look on her face. Sam, she says, and starts crying and runs over to me. Ow! I wince as she starts hugging on me. Be careful, she did get shot. I hear Keith's voice and see him and Jeffrey walk in. Sammy, Jeffrey says, jumping on the hospital bed. What happened? I ask them. You don't remember? Caroline says, confused. I remember being in my father's mansion, then I guess I got shot. I say, trying to remember. Is my father. I start panicking, wondering if he got away. No, he's gone, Caroline says, giving me a small smile, and then I remember what she did. Thank you for saving me, I tell her. It was my turn to finally save you. Since the day we met, you've been protecting me, Caroline says. After you blacked out, help came, and we got you to the hospital in time. And you've been here ever since, Keith tells me. How long have I been here? I ask them. 2 years, Jeffrey says slowly. What? I start freaking out. Stop it. He means 2 weeks, Caroline says. Not funny. I laugh relieved. But they say you'd be ready to go home in about a week, Keith tells me. Home, I whisper. Wait a minute, I say, and sit up. Careful, Caroline tells me, going into protective mode, and I know she's going to be like this for a while. Where are the boys? I ask them. You mean your boyfriend Tom? Caroline smirks. He hasn't left the hospital. He's actually in the waiting room. I see Caroline look at her dad. Okay, why don't we get something to eat in the cafeteria, Keith says. Get me some Jell-O, I tell him. I watch them leave, and a couple of minutes later, I hear footsteps coming towards my room, and I see Tom, who looks like crap, but still manages to look hot too. He looks at me and smiles. You look like crap, I tell him. Not everyone can look as gorgeous as you all the time, princess. He smirks and sits down on the bed. He grabs my hand and kisses it, making me blush. Are you okay? He asks me in a serious tone. Yeah, I will be. I give him a small smile. Where are the other guys? I ask. They're on their way. I called them as soon as Caroline told me you were awake, he says. They all really missed you. I've missed you guys so much, I say, getting teary-eyed. What about Michael? I ask him, almost scared to ask. He opens his mouth, but when we hear running, and we both look over at the door and see Cody and Joshua. Boys! I smile, and they walk over and give me a group hug. Are you okay? Joshua asks me, worried. Yes, I'm fine, I tell him. I look at the both of them and notice there's no Michael. You guys are asses. You could have waited for me, I hear, and look over to see Michael on crutches. You're too slow, Cody says to him. No crap, I'm on crutches, Michael says back. Michael, I say, looking at him. The one and only. He smirks. I thought you were dead, I tell him. You can't kill me, but they did break my leg and give me a good bump on the head. But other than that, I'm fine, he shrugs. I'm glad. I smile. When do you get released? Tom asks me. In about a week, I tell him. What happens then? Joshua asks me. Well, I go home with Caroline and Keith, and I don't know, I say. Well, we've been talking, Cody says, looking at the guys. We want you to come work with us, Michael says, finishing Cody's sentence. In the Mafia? I say, a little surprised. Yeah, I mean, you're good at what you do, Joshua says. You can think about it, Tom tells me. Okay, I brought everyone Jell-O, I hear Caroline say as she walks through the door. She hands each of the boys a thing of Jell-O. I got you the orange one. I remember you said it was your favorite, she says to Joshua. Thank you, he smiles at her like she gave him gold. Did you get me the green one? I ask her. Of course, she scoffs. So the boys want me to come work with them and be their leader, I tell Caroline as I take a bite of my jello. Okay, no one said anything about you being the leader, Tom says. Oh, can I join? Caroline asks. I'll have to go over with my employees, I laugh, which earns a dirty look from most of them. But I can't help but smile. I wish I could go back and tell my old self that you will be happy and have a family. I'm glad I met Keith at that party. He was like a father to me, and got Jeffrey and Caroline as my brother and sister. And I'm actually glad I got kidnapped by the Mafia, even if it was on purpose. Samantha's story is finally finished. So this is the end. This is what the author wrote as like the ending, whatever. Thank you guys so much for reading my story. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please go follow me and read some of my other stories on my page. And there you go. The end. So I will say I'm a little perplexed at the ending. Bro, my phone is dying. Let me get my charger. Okay. I'm a little perplexed at the ending. Because Keith is a mayor. And Keith was fighting essentially against the Mafia, which was Samantha's father. Now, these boys, who are part of the Mafia, asked Samantha to be in their Mafia group. Literally the same people, same type of people that Keith is fighting against. And then Caroline says she wants to be a part of it. But Caroline is Keith's father. Caroline is Keith's daughter. What the actual heck? That makes no sense. So that means if Samantha and Caroline are in that group, that means they're literally against Keith just by their association of who they're associated with. What the frick? There's no like I don't think Keith the mayor would say, well, this Mafia is bad, but this one's good, and this one I won't fight against. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure about that ending. I think if it didn't have this ending, I think it would have been okay. I think you know what it would have been? I think it should have been that the guys ask her to be in their group, and she's saying, "Listen, yeah." So I think so. If I think the ending would have been better, in my opinion, like this: the guys like go to the hospital, essentially just say their last goodbye with them, saying, you know, we know you have a good life with Keith and Caroline and everyone else. We love having you a part of our group and stuff, working with you and stuff, but we can't be together. Like, that is your old life. You came back to it because you had to, whatever, but we know you have a new life. So this is our goodbyes. She says don't shoot some more. So this is our goodbyes. I love you. I will love you forever, kind of thing. And then that's it. And then those guys go off in these guys go off in the shadows, and then Samantha lives this new life that she has been living with Keith and whatever. It makes no sense of this ending here. Ah, jeez. I can't, man. I will say this story has brought us on a ride. Where's she gonna get income though? Well, from these guys will do like Mafia jobs. So they'll do like, people ask them, hey, can you take out these guys? If you take out these guys, we'll give you 100 grand or whatever. So it's Mafia. It's you know. Oh, you're talking about if she didn't. Are you saying if she didn't go with them, where she get the income? Well, that I don't know. That like a normal job. I don't know. With that, you can take the character wherever you want. Steal from the dead Mafia. Exactly. Exactly. Wait a second. The father died. Does the father have any kids? Like, does Samantha have any siblings? If not, doesn't she inherit all his money? She doesn't have a mom. I mean, I don't think so. Oh, come on. Even if it's dirty money, she doesn't inherit it. Anyways, um, yeah. So I think so Nova, you said this fanfiction.net website. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think I don't mind this like 60 chapter story. I think what I will do in the future though is I will look at the story a little bit more and to see to get an idea of like the spelling. If I notice in like spelling mistakes, then right away no. Um I think that's what I'll do. That's what I've learned in this first thing. Um and I don't mind having like the 60 chapter stories. So if I can find other stories like this that has like 60, I'm okay with that. Cut them up into, like I said, 15 chapters each stream, and it's like about an hour, hour and a half of content. I don't mind that. But I mean, the problem is, like I said, the humor thing. Like I got this from the humor section, but you know what's crazy is this is rated number two. Like, can we freaking like think about that for a second? This was rated number two on the website. What the heck? What the heck? With all the spelling and the grammar and all that stuff, and the story not necessarily making the best of sense. What? What the frick? I don't know, man. This is I'm surprised as well. So I'm just looking at the tags here. So this, let's see how accurate this is. The tags for this story. I'm disappointed with this generation. Okay, so look, best friends, boys, criminal, dangerous, drama, enemies, fiction, fight, hot, humor, kidnapped, kiss, love, mafia, mobster, powerful romance, teen, teen fan fiction. Okay, so the last part, teen fan, like whatever, but the earlier parts, yeah, I can see that. I can see it's pretty accurate. Like the tags on there is pretty accurate. So let me look at this first story. The first one on the first book in the Cade series. I don't know what that means. Yeah, um so this one has about 46 chapters. The top story, the top one in humor. The top one in humor. This is the top one. Campbell West has been in foster homes ever since she was 12. She never had a real family or anybody who actually loves her. She sticks to herself and she stays hidden in her books. If you ever break her walls, you would learn that she's a sarcastic person and she's actually fun to be around, but her doesn't let anyone know that. Oh no, 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 there's already spelling mistakes in this one. When she is removed from an abusive foster home, she thought the next home would be like every other. Little did she know it would soon become her family. The Cade family is a nice big family. They signed up fostering, but they didn't think they would get a child within 2 months. Mm. Yo, anger manager is making me laugh. So the first one has 896,000 reads. Let's see how much this one has. Wait, no, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, so yeah, so that, like, think about that. 896,000 people have read that story. The first one, oh my god. There's ones that have been read by 6.9 million people. What the heck? 9.7 million? It's called Gaslight. Wait. This is called Gaslight. This is like the studious 17-year-old Maddie must learn self-defense while trying not to fall for her womanizing trainer. When straight-A student Maddie is forced to move to LA, she plans to keep her head down, grades up, and make it through senior year as unnoticeable as possible. But when she stumbles upon an underground boxing match starring the intriguing Hayden Walker, she sees a chance to protect those she loves from her crazy, abusive father. Why is it always the bad father? She offers Hayden money in exchange for self-defense lessons, a dangerous arrangement that just might end up changing the pair of them forever. Bad boy. Oh my god, these are the tags. Bad boy, boxer, chick lit, coming of age, completed, contemporary, enemies to lovers, family featured fighting, good girl, heartbreak, high school, humor, love hate, passion, popular, random, romance, steamy, teen fan fiction or teen fiction, young adult, young romance. This thing has, holy crap, this thing has 76 chapters. You know what? This might be it. It's been read almost 10 million times. I just for the sheer fact of there's that many that many what do you call it? There are that many chapters, 76 chapters. And it seems like this, like there's a lot in here. Like I just read like the tags that they use, and the way this person writes, it doesn't seem like there's like spelling mistakes and stuff. So it might actually be like a decent read. So send a link to a story that you might like for like after you finish the story, I guess. Okay. So this might be it. I'm gonna you know what? I'm gonna make it official. I'm gonna post this in the Bobby story section, and I'm gonna say this is gonna be the next story. So I'll just say that we just finished the we just finished the we just finished this story. Thank you to all the people who was a part of it. I had a lot of fun doing it, and will be doing more in the future. The next story I will read is, so if you guys want to follow along or read a bit ahead of time, it's there for you. Okay. Though, can I get your opinion on the description first? Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, that's that anger management one. So anger management has 1.7 million reads, which was more than what we just read, by the way. Um, Good morning. This is Target. How can I help you? Why do I have the sudden urge to kill my family? Whoa, well, crap, man. I think you dialed the wrong number. No, I dialed correctly. Are you any help? No sé qué dice esta chica loca. In which a girl named Farah calls Target and meets a boy named Chance. Um. Oh, I kind of like the table of contents because it's not set up as chapters. It's set up as like times. I mean that is intriguing. The tags for that story is boy, Kara, dialogue, fence. I don't know what that means. Funny, girl, humor, love, phone, short story, target, teen romance. I mean, yeah. I think you told me like more about the story. Like, let's say this: if I were to read this description, and would this sell me on wanting to read more of the story? Probably not. I think the fact that like what you told me before, like you like kind of like elaborated on like the description, that made it a bit more intriguing. But this here, right here. Oh wait, actually, you told me this. Oh, never mind. Hold on. So I get. Why can't you take it seriously? What the heck? I tried to. I wanted to be. Because it said murder. No, what did it say? Kidnapped by the mafia on purpose. So I thought, I don't know, like turkeys get like kidnapped from like their pens and they might die. So I thought it might fit the story. That's why I chose the turkey. And then for gaslight, so when I do gaslight next, I'm going to choose an avatar that reflects like gassing or something or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, there it is. All right, guys, we are done. Like I said, I think bro, I'm not gassing. I'm just looking at my thing jiggle. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna come back and do a mini world stream because I haven't done it in a while, and I do want to build a bit more stuff. So yes, yes. Okay.